Welcome back. Glad to have you with us. Got a busy segment because I want to get to our guest lines now and welcome in from the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame, David Wyatt. Good morning, David. How you doing this morning?
Mickey, good morning. Honored to be with you and all these great listeners this morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us. We've got a lot to do here between now and June. Or just July 21st and 22nd. We've got a lot of things to do and a lot of great things coming up. I can't thank you guys enough because we're going to have Coach Spurrier and Charlie Waters and Art Baker and Robert Forshea and all these guys on with us the next 3 or 4 weeks or 4 or 5 weeks leading up to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. David, the reason I got you on, I want to talk about BeABridgeBuilder. I want to talk about the big picture and what you guys are doing. But first, let's talk about some fun things. You've got a big event coming up July the 21st and 22nd. Tell us about what you guys will be doing that week.
That's right. So the 21st at Zen, we have our BeABridgeBuilder Excellence Award and benefit at Zen. It's going to be an awesome evening where we're going to award. We just announced the top 27 kids across the country, or across South Carolina, rather, that have been nominated, and we've narrowed down to the semifinalists, and that's for the BeABridgeBuilder Excellence Award. These are football players in South Carolina that are not only great football players on the field, but they're also getting it done in the classroom. They've got a 3.2 GPA or higher, and most of them are, half these guys had over 3.8 GPA. Very impressive. And they're also giving back to the community. They're investing in the community. That's what we want to see more of, so we're honoring and awarding those guys that are getting it done. And so this is all about that night. It's like the South Carolina Heisman for high school kids. So we'll be giving that award at the beginning of the night and then doing it's a benefit meet and greet with all of the great folks that are going to be in town for the July 22nd enshrinement. You just mentioned the classes' names. That is at the Hilton, July 22nd. That's going to be our enshrinement and benefit. And we are, as you mentioned, we're honoring Steve Spurrier, Art Baker, Charlie Waters, Robert Forshea, and, of course, the late Willie Scott, who we're just heartbroken about losing Willie Scott and looking forward to honoring him that night. And we're also honoring someone who's no stranger to this show or the folks listening out there, and that's the great Sam White. We're giving him the Humanitarian of the Year award. What an incredible life he lived and supported so many people, including myself, in this Hall of Fame. And so we're honoring him. And then this year's Blanchard Rogers Award, that's the basically South Carolina Heisman for the college ranks, and we've got an incredible group of contenders for that. We have not selected or announced that winner yet, but we will, and that will be a special evening. You don't want to miss it. A very limited seats, but it's going to be awesome. We've been waiting for over a year, all of us trying to get this virus out of here so we can get back to our lives. So thanks for letting me talk about it, and would love to have you guys all join us.
Well,
not all of you can join us because it's limited space. So.
I was going to say, there's a sense of urgency here for the meet and greet, the VIP stuff, and getting tables and getting people in there. So I want to encourage people to go to the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame, scfootballhof.org. We'll tell them more about that later, and I'm going to do this in the next few weeks because these tables, these seats, these opportunities for this meet and greet, they're going to sell out. To get a chance to do that. But one of the things I'll talk about that is that you guys I got to be just busting at the seams to get this. David, am I right? What you're hearing in the community is that people are so ready post-COVID to get involved in things. And I think about the time you guys are coming out of this in July and looking forward to a great evening. I've got friends of mine two friends of mine that don't miss any event you guys ever have, and they love that. But am I right by thinking, man, you're starting to hear a buzz about it because people are just ready to bust out and do something and get involved again?
Well, I think you're right. I mean, that's what we're hearing. I know myself that I'm ready to get out there, and this is always the coolest event of the year. It's a special event for these great legends of South Carolina, and really beyond that, as you mentioned, it's the mission that we're all about in South Carolina. So I think people are ready to get out here and busting at the seams, and great. Come join us.
It's a great sport. It's a great state when we can have a football Hall of Fame that really yields us to or sends us in another direction, a bigger picture. And I certainly enjoyed our meeting the other day. I don't enjoy why we have to meet because of the statistic about the college preparedness and the career preparedness, but I am excited that we've got some people wanting to do something about us. Tell us about this top 10 for 2030 campaign, what the Bridge Builder program is, and why we've got to do something for our young people.
That's right. South Carolina was ranked 43rd in the country out of 50, 43rd in college and career preparedness. And, that stat is telling our kids are being left behind. Some of them are losing hope. Some of them are turning to crime. When you don't have hope, then you don't engage. And when you don't engage, you find other things to do. And a lot of those other things to do are not the influences that we need to be, involved in. So Levon Kirkland really helped us. I mean, you may know, I think we discussed it. I grew up in South Carolina, and there was nobody to help anybody get to the next level in music or sports or entertainment. And so I was involved in athletics, had a real bad injury, ended my sports career pretty much. And so a guy came and visited me in the hospital right after the doctor told me I'd never walk without a cane again and said, "You got to channel your energy into something else, son," And that's really what I did. I got into athletics, I got into sports, and I really wanted to help other people achieve, and I did. I mean, I had people in the Super Bowl. I was an NFL agent for 17 years. I've helped people with gold and platinum records, do it at the highest levels. But what I also saw was people falling out, people coming to my office that had not made it in their dreams, and they were in a bad situation. And so Levon really helped me figure out that the root of this problem is this lack of being prepared for college and life in the workforce. And then you can hear the governor was talking the other day. There's over 70,000 unfilled jobs here in South Carolina right now. So this is something we all have skin in the game. And we were like, what can we do? What can we do about this? We've been working on this for a couple of years, and we came up with this campaign, SC Top 10 in 2030. And so what is that? Well, that's all of us. The Bridge Builder Excellence community is what we're calling it, coming together to help lead South Carolina students. This is not just football players, it's all students, to the top 10 in college and career readiness by December 31st of 2030. That's a big, it's a big challenge. I know that when John Kennedy said we were going to put a man on the moon in 10 years, that certain people from NASA quit because they thought he was crazy. And I've had some of those reactions to us, but as you know, the story, they did do it. They did it early. And I believe us, we've got 5.5 million people here in South Carolina. These kids from K through 12, we've got 766,819 students in South Carolina. And it's about these kids. We want to get in here and educate, empower, and encourage them, ourselves first. Find our purpose. We believe everybody has a purpose. We can educate, empower, and encourage ourselves to fulfill that purpose, and then to others and collect others all across the industry, whether it's education, government, business leaders, government leaders. We're asking you, the nonprofit sector, to get involved and to work together to solve this problem, because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take all of us working together. And there's a lot of folks that are out there working on the problem. Mickey, we've talked a little bit about that, but they're not all working together, and there's no one big goal. So that's where I think we can step in with this Bridge Builder Excellence community and get everybody together to educate, empower, and encourage ourselves to use our resources and to help those that need the resources get the resources. And that's really where I think Levon is doing a great job and others on our team. So I appreciate you giving us this chance. And so it's the SC Top 10 in 2030 campaign. That's what we're talking about.
All right, I'm gonna at the end of the segment, I'm gonna tell you what you need, or I'll tell people what you need and how they can become involved with their contributions, with their volunteers, and getting involved in all this, because that's what it takes. It takes people, it takes money, it takes energy, and it takes this kind of focus that you guys have. David, give the folks an idea out there. You told me about what's going on in Greenwood, South Carolina, and kind of a model for what we could be doing. What are they doing down in Greenwood?
Yeah, that's a great point. What we're doing is we're trying to find out what's working the best in South Carolina and then highlighting that. What's the best practices? And Greenwood has found out that if they promise people that they're going to have an education past high school, that it will really increase people's hope, as you can imagine, and keep them engaged. That was the theory that was based on a study and some actual results from Kalamazoo, Michigan. So Greenwood got together, got their stakeholders together, the chamber, the tech school, the school systems, the business leaders. I know T3 down there, the CEO of County Bank, was heavily involved in this process, and that's who was telling me about it. He said this Greenwood Promise has been engaged in about 3 years down there, where they guarantee everybody that's in Greenwood, if they get their degree and get in, then they pay for their school to go to tech. And phase 2 is the 4-year degree. And so just in the last 3 years, this year alone, I think he said that there was over 127 more kids going to the next level as a result of this program. So it's working. It's fantastic. We're trying to take programs like that and hopefully adopt those across Greenville, the upstate, and across all of South Carolina. So that's one great example of what we're doing.
No doubt. And it is the other example of it is you got great people in Greenwood that put that together. You're putting together a great team. You talk about LaVon. We talk about Will Huss all the time, and I appreciate what Trail setting all this kind of stuff up for us. Let me ask you, David Watch, I guess, by the way, South Carolina Football Hall of Fame. David, give me an idea. The Bridge Builder program, the Bridge Builder pledge is an important thing. What you guys doing? Because and then finally, I'm gonna let you tell us about how are we going to get what you guys need and how we're going to do it. But I love the idea that you should have a pledge for people, and you want to get people to really get involved. I think this is a great way to do that.
That's right. That we have a pledge, the Bridge Builder Excellence Community Pledge, and it basically lays out the fact that we're taking a stand against the tormentors. We call it the tormentors. It's mentors versus tormentors. This is about mindset, Mickey. As you know, we're changing the culture and the conversation in South Carolina amongst our youth and our leaders. And so when we take a stand against the tormentors, you may say, tormentors, what's that all about? Well, it comes in so many shapes and different forms in societies. It may be an actual abuser in your life that's keeping you from getting ahead. It may be, poverty, poorness, haters, abusers, bullying, whatever these tormentors come in whatever shapes, we're going to stand up against that. And of course, a lot of us ourselves, if we're honest with ourselves, sometimes we're tormenting ourselves, not believing in ourselves. So we're saying, hey, we're going to take a stand, educate, empower, and encourage ourselves to believe in ourselves, to find our unique purpose and giftings, and to then use those to better others, to better South Carolina. And we envision a South Carolina where not that we're 43 and we're got unfilled jobs and people that are in pain and families and communities that are in pain, but this community that we're building here in South Carolina is one where we're all socially and economically strong. We're encouraging each other. We're educating each other. We're empowering each other. And it's a great community. South Carolina is already a great community, but we do have this problem. We can work together and fix it. This pledge, everybody's going to have an opportunity to sign the pledge, and we'll be talking more about getting that out there. You can learn a lot about this on scfootballhof.org and get involved with us. And, we want to have this community where it builds across South Carolina, where we see each other. We say, oh, you're in the Bridge Builder Excellence community. Absolutely. We all know what that stands for. It gives us a language to talk about, a mindset that we can adopt daily, adopt that mindset of the mentor, talk good to yourself. Everybody out here listening today, you have a purpose. I want to encourage you, and I want to educate and empower myself and you. We can do this together, Becky. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate Trail, because those guys have been amazingly supportive of us and helping guide us and really trying to channel all the great influence that football has in South Carolina. If you think about it, the game cuts across all socioeconomic lines. Everybody on a football team or in the stands, the parents, the communities, it's something that really has a lot of influence and sway here in South Carolina. And quite frankly, we're very good at this game, something we can all be proud of, something we can come together and really build a community that we can all be proud of, that we can all be thriving and none of these kids being left behind.
We're proud of the Soccer on Football Hall of Fame. You need one of the great things I like about this, David, is in this big. It's a huge goal. It's dreaming big. I like it with the for being prepared by 2030. But I like the levels. I mean, there's levels. You can do it with the Founders Club level, the VIP level, the Elite Founders Club stuff you're doing. Individuals, companies, corporate people pledging money, pledging time, support levels, volunteer levels. Is the website, is that the best way to find out all the information and how everybody can get involved in this great cause?
It is. Of course, LeVar Kirkland might give you a call, but we're looking for 100 people to sign up on the Founders Club for $500, and we're going to recognize you and your legacy forever. And when we finally build our museum and leadership center, we'll recognize you there too. And then we're looking for 10 elite members that'll give $5,000. And we're going to recognize you, obviously, for that great commitment. And that money right there will really help us as we continue to research, find best practices, and share those with everybody and lead this state to where we can really, I think, ripple. Now more than ever, we need to come together and love on each other and respect each other and show the rest of the country and the world what that looks like. How do we support one another? I'm tired of hearing people fighting and tearing each other down. This is the Bridge Builder Excellence community where we're holding a standard ourselves first to excellence and inviting you to do the same. And SCFootballHOF.org. You can look at, I think the shop has multiple areas where you can get involved. And even if you just want to sign the pledge, that's fantastic. Everybody's got their part to play, and we just invite you. What is that? What is it that you should do? What's your purpose here? Do you have one with us? We think you do. We'd love to see you on. This isn't for everybody. I know it's not for everybody, but for those of you that get what we're doing, hey, come on and join us, and let's have some fun, and let's make a difference.
Hey, I tell you, man, I know you've had 2 or 3 careers so far. In your next career, you need to be a football coach, because that's a pregame speech. I'm ready to run out the locker room and go kick this other team's butt right now. So, hey, David, I always appreciate it. Hey, in the next few weeks, we have all your inductees on. We'll have Mike on, talk more about it, and I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm really looking forward to hearing some great news and getting a bunch of really good people involved. SCFootballHOF.org. Get involved with these people. Let's make a big difference. David, thanks for your time, man. Thanks for getting involved with us, and can't wait to see you guys soon.
Mickey, thank you so much, and thanks to all of you for listening. We appreciate you. We'll see you July 21st and July 22nd.
Sounds great. That's South Carolina footballhof.org. That's David Wyatt, and we got a big job to do, and we're going to go out and do it. We're going to take care of it. Short break. We'll come back much more right after this.